If you have ever thought, why do I still want it when I'm trying to cut down? If you have ever felt this phrase true in your own life, I just want to not want it, then this workshop is for you, okay? I'm talking to the woman out there who wants to drink less or not at all, and yet feels this competing desire, this mental, emotional tug of war of, it seems like sometimes the more we try to change something, the more we're gravitated towards wanting it and fixating on it. It's the age-old deprivation mindset feeling of, don't tell me I can't have something because it makes me want it more. What is that? And what if I'm not here to tell you you can't do something, but here to encourage you with what you can do, what you are focusing on, what you can gain on this journey? That's what I'm passionate about. That's what I'm excited about. And I think by the end of this next 20 minutes or so, this workshop, you're going to feel that too. It's not about saying, I want something and telling yourself I can't have it, but it's more about changing your desire of what you want. And that, to me, my friends, is where true freedom comes from. So I'm excited to talk more about that. First off, I just wanted to normalize. That the tug of war you feel mentally, emotionally, maybe even spiritually, when you're trying to change a habit that you know is no longer serving you. You and I both know, I know, you know, that alcohol really isn't doing us any favors. We want to change it, but change is uncomfortable. And we're going to face some natural resistance to change. And I just want to normalize that, because sometimes we have to literally shed off a part of our old identity, what was, to make way and create space for what is new and what is to come. I'm doing that in my own life in many areas, and I definitely had to go through this in my relationship with drinking. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the decision brain versus the desire brain. Okay, that's what I want to contrast today in this first point. Is you've got your decision-making brain, which is your prefrontal cortex. It's the part of you that can think bigger picture, long term, not just in the moment, not just what's in your face. Then you've got the desire brain. Now that desire brain is more about immediate reward. It's temporarily focused. And that desire brain is going for relief. It is going for that dopamine reward, that hit. We get it in a lot of ways, whether it's mindless sipping, mindless scrolling, mindless snacking, mindless shopping. Notice the key word I said there is mindless. It's living on autopilot. So our decision brain, it's when we're online doing what it is we really deep down want to do. But when we're acting from our desire brain, the part of us that's like, I don't really care about how I look in a swimsuit this summer. I want a cookie now. I don't really care if I have a hangover on Saturday morning. I want to drink now. That is the difference between the decision brain and the desire brain. Desire is all about reward and more temporary thinking, whereas the decision brain, you're able to step back and not only apply your logic, your willpower, but what it is that you're really desiring. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to keep that decision brain firing on all cylinders. And maybe with the desire brain, it's not wrong to have desires at all. Maybe that's what we can tweak a little bit so that you're actually in alignment, deciding what it is you actually want and desire. So again, prefrontal cortex says, this isn't serving me, and you know it, and you're really thinking it through. The reward system says, this brings relief. And dopamine is a powerful hormone in our body. It's a powerful chemical. Did you know we can actually create a chemical cocktail inside our bodies when we allow it to do its normal thing? So again, dopamine is not the enemy. What we attach to the reward is where we want our decision brain manifesting and coming into play. The key here is cravings are normal. It is not a moral failure. And listen, some of you really need to hear me say that today, especially just coming from my Christian faith. You know, I always thought, well, gosh, if I keep wanting what I know in my decision brain and in my heart of hearts is not serving me, it must be a moral failure of some kind. Like, why can't I get it together? And what I've learned is cravings are normal. They are not a moral failure. We just need to break it down and understand what it is. Really, all cravings are conditioned loops. Cravings come from repetition and reward. All we know, our brain is really a pretty simple piece of hardware. I mean, it's pretty complex. It's not like I totally am a neurologist over here, a neuroscientist, and understand the brain. But it is pretty simple in the sense that it wants repetition. I do know it wants what's familiar, and it wants what feels easiest to save the most energy possible. It does not want you changing it up, doing the unfamiliar, getting uncomfortable. Our brain senses threat and danger when we do that. But our higher self, our decision brain, our true self, our mind knows that we can do better, we can have better when we make better, healthier choices. So it's about going from that divided mind to really having a renewed mind, which is where you bring that decision making and that long-term thinking back in. The good news is if we've got a conditioned loop, keyword conditioned, that means through repetition, we've learned this, we've taught ourselves this, we can reverse engineer and begin to reroute that loop in the direction we really want it to go, which is super exciting, that we're not stuck. You're not, just your pattern may be needing change. How's that for encouragement today? So if this sounds like something you're interested in and want to do, I absolutely invite you to join us for the next 21-day reset challenge. After that, I invite you to go on and give yourself time in the alcohol-free lifestyle course, which will give you that 90 days, because it's about 21 days to break or change a habit and get off of autopilot, and then more like 90 days to replace that neuro pathway, rewire your brain, and then before you know it, you really have created a new lifestyle where your decision brain and your desire brain are actually aligned and in sync with each other, and you're no longer competing with opposing desires. Your desire aligns with your decisions that are best for you, and that, my friends, is freedom. And that's what I'm inviting you to. So check it out. Y'all have a great day. Thanks again for being here. Bye, y'all.